Welcome to an A4TG Day Trading for Income video. We are in the Russell TF emini using our 1500, 550, and 133 tick charts. Our trading strategies for today will include looking for trend, counter trend, and reversal opportunities. And our money management rules are going to ask us to scale in with three lots using profit stops of +4 and +6 on the first two contracts and go into a trailing stop when we reach +9 on the last contract. So right from the beginning, we can see that we had a big gap up in the morning just prior to the open, and we're already starting to see just about all of our charts as far as both prices and our long-term and mid-term, as well as our squeeze histograms are making lower highs. So at this point, we are looking for a possible counter opportunity because of the yellow bar. Okay, so in something like that, we're going to go ahead and look to place a limit order one tick below the swing low on our short-term chart. So again, I want to reiterate here that we have to remember that in our long-term, the longer the time frame on a chart, the more lag we have on the moving averages. So yes, we do show a green and an upward moving average, but that's there because we had this big gap up. The time in the moment right now says that we're flat when you look at our midterm moving averages. But our long-term chart tells us what we should be doing, and right now it's saying we're looking for a reversal. So what we really want to see is some sort of breakdown here on our long-term chart. We want to get underneath these moving averages, and we'd really like to see the histogram get underneath our squeeze bias line on our midterm chart. Okay, so at this point we're just kind of waiting. Now there still is some upward opportunity here. Okay, we just got filled, so let's pay attention and manage this. At this point we have our template on that's going to move our stops as we discussed in our money management. But if we need to, we can manually move some of the stops as well. Okay, it's moving back on us here pretty good, coming up to our stops, which is our first contract is right at 10 ticks. So we might start. Okay, so we're out $100 on the first contract, so we're down 100, or we closed down 100. See if we can get stepped out if we come back to where we were before. Okay, if you remember on our money management rule, which called for scaling in multiple 3 lots. Okay, what I always do when I scale in is I try to better my first entry on my first 3 lot. This is not adding to a bad position. This is my money management rule and my strategy that says I will scale in with better prices, at least 2 ticks, and no more than 2 ticks on my second and third entry lots. Okay. So again, big picture. We need to break down here. Everything's still looking pretty good. We're red. We're kind of definitely hitting some resistance up here. Doesn't seem to want to get above that. My long-term chart. Oh, I can't. Here we go. Still making lower highs on both of these, long and midterm. I was just going to say it's good that we have we have strong confirmation with red histogram and red bias line, but we went green here as this moves up a little bit. Okay, so at this point we're just kind of being patient. I mean, you can see there's not a whole heck of a lot going on here. This guy's pretty much dead. We're definitely in a consolidation sideways on both of these charts here. We're just trying to break down. Okay, for us to go and change our bias to the upside, we would have to see a couple of green bars, green histograms, strong confirmation with the bias line, and we want to see a breakup with a blue bar on the long term, as well as a blue bar confirmation on the medium. But right now I'm still biased to the downside as we're already in a trade and we're trying to see if we can prices come down and scale us in per our money management plan. Okay, we got full on one. Okay, since this was our entry, I'm going to move that up. This went back down because we got taken out in one contract, so it actually brought us down a little bit. Okay, so we're back to positive on this trade, not by now we're positive on this trade as a whole. Okay, you saw that was an automatic move, get us some profit, so we won't lose on this guy. Okay, we know we won't lose on that guy. Okay, we're getting close here, getting close to breaking down. Really need this guy to get below. This is really nice and strong. Lower lows. Okay, now I like to add on to winning positions, especially when we've already taken some profit. So okay, so we did get filled on that. So that's just adding to winning position. We only do that when we've already taken profits on a trade and we're up on that trade. Okay. So many times it's such a bad habit to add to losing trades. But we very seldom add to winning trades. But our rule is we will add to a winning trade as long as we've already taken money off the table and we've paid ourselves. Okay, so again, big picture, everything's still head down. It'd be great to see our bias line turn red here, but really nothing telling us that this is going to take off to the top right now. Of course, we could bounce off the moving averages here, but they're sideways. Our fast EMA is heading downward. We are getting there's a possible counter here. As you see a dark red bar on a green bias line, and then followed by a dark green. But let's hang on to this trade and see what goes on. If we take a couple more contracts in profit, we're going to go ahead and tighten this down. As a matter of fact, it won't hurt to tighten it down now. No use in creating more risk on this trade. Okay, there we go. Making some money on this trade. Okay, we're in the money on everything, so there's absolutely no way we can take a loss on this. So we're still short 4 contracts. We're at about what does that say? About $600 still open on this trade, but we've closed a couple hundred, so pretty good trade so far. So we're going to let our trailing stops here do some work, see if we can catch another runner. So again, do we get back in here? We've run pretty far. We're getting a little toppy here. Okay, but the reality is we think we come back down all the way to our moving average on our 1500. So we could add on to this, but we've been running this trade a little while, so let's let this finish out and see how we end up. We should be getting should be getting a swing low here pretty soon, given that we got a yellow bar with a blue bar close. This was our swing. Oh, there it is. See, you do this long enough, folks, and you learn to anticipate what's going to happen. So we could use a possible re-entry here, but again, we've been in this trade. It's run pretty long, as you can see here. So we're going to see if we're just going to close this trade out, see where we end up, and then wait for another opportunity. Okay, from a effective chart reading, as we always talk about, you can see that maybe I guess you could call this a little pennant possibly forming. So we're looking for a breakout of that to continue further downside. There we go. That's a nice strong move there. We might even, well, I just said we're not going to add on to our position. We're going to leave it at that. The fact that we've broken down here, Got further confirmation on the squeeze. Means that there is additional downside here, but let's just see if we can get one more push down. We're up about 700 on this trade. Not a bad way to start the day. So let's see where this ends up. We're just gonna ride this out. We're tightening up our stops a little bit. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna manually put these down. Come on, one more push. Give me one more push. Okay, we're definitely nice in the money here, about 400. Okay, continue to push it down. Oh, nice move. Very nice move. This is the way we love to start the day. One trade. Okay, see if we get stopped here. Okay, we're still in for 3 contracts. Okay, okay. We are now done on our first trade with a gross profit of $1,430. And I believe it's one trade we entered, I think four or five lots. I'll have to go back and look at this. But let's kind of look at the summary. So once again, gap up in the morning. Yellow bar said there's a possible reversal coming on, and the other telltale signs were both the squeeze histograms were telling us downside as we were seeing lower highs, and we were really looking for a breakout of the consolidation right around the moving average and the consolidation on the 1500. We entered with multiple 3 lots. We got stopped out for a contract on our first entry, but then we were able to get some better fills as the price came back to us. We re-entered on some consolidation and rolled that down for further downside. So again, we had one losing contract out of what would that be, 15, and we ended up again with a gross total of $1,430 in about 22 minutes of trading. Good trading.